And environmental sustainability is a core part of your mission. So how does Sama Sama Seaplanes ensure eco-friendly operations? And what initiatives are you undertaking to promote sustainable tourism?
I can take that one, Ben.
Right.
So we're doing a number of things to ensure that our impact on the environment is minimal. First and foremost, we're carbon offsetting with mangrove and coral planting for all carbon emissions generated by our operation. Further, we're not using single-use plastics at all. That includes in the waiting areas and on the flights themselves.
Hi there and welcome to Swiss Impact with Banerjis.
Come along on this eye-opening journey as we dive into sustainability and impact investing.
Here you'll meet inspiring individuals who are crafting a brighter future for all generations to come.
The potential for impact investment is boundless, and you can be absolutely sure we are part of this positive change.
Are you ready to dive in and make a difference? Let's take action for the benefit of both mankind and nature. Welcome, dear audience, to the 7th episode of 8th season. And today, especially for those who like to fly, who like the sea, who like the nature, it's definitely for you. So the future of sea travel is the topic of today. Last week was really incredibly productive. We supported impactful businesses around the world.
Exactly. So for those who missed it, last week we had the philanthropic project in Bali. So yeah, it was amazing.
Absolutely. So Ben, if we continue our previous tradition, maybe you have a story to share today again.
So indeed, so yesterday I was at this very eye-opening event in Geneva, attended by a couple of world political leaders and experts from financial institutions and cybersecurity.
Oh, cybersecurity. What did you learn?
So apparently, going forward, investors are navigating in an extremely unstable and volatile world. So previously, you must be knowing the word term VUCA.
Yeah, I know.
Now evolved to VUCA Max.
So VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. What does VUCA Max mean?
You just add massive, accelerating, and exponential, particularly due to advancement in technologies like AI, quantum computing, and social media.
Well, that sounds scary, and we have no idea what to expect from VUCA Max world.
So it is, which underscores why impact investing remains the only bright spot in our rapidly darkening ecosystem.
Well, I believe we would know light without darkness. So the key is to change ourselves and to go towards the light. With that, I'd like to invite out today's guests. So welcome Andre Hugo and Alexander Kotyck. Hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
Where are you right now? Are you in Bali? Are you in which countries right now?
Myself, I'm in Siem Reap at the moment in Cambodia.
And I'm in Bali, Indonesia.
Wow.
Oh, we miss Bali. That's always hurts. We will come back soon. Guys, let me introduce you to our audience who don't know you yet. So I start with you, Andre. You are amazing person. You have over 15 years of operational flying experience in luxury tourism, corporate and airline environments. You currently work as a flight inspection pilot for ACM Flight Calibration Services. Andre, you also founded Sama Sama Seaplanes, which is a venture stimulating local economy and combining the romance of flying with remote island travel in Indonesia. But much more than that, Sama Sama is the only one in Indonesia, the only one Indonesian airline which adapts sustainable business practices, putting people and our planet first. So welcome, Andre. We need such sustainable airlines, I think, more than ever. And now to you, Alex. So you are the founder and CEO of Bridge Rock in Toronto, a management consulting firm focusing on innovation and transformation within various sectors. But your heart is at impact. So you also founded PT Abundant Impact Ventures, impact-based boutique investment bank advisory based in Bali. That's why you are there, right? So your career is spanning over 24 years, but you look so young, Alex. So what's your secret? And you had different positions as acting president of a publicly traded life science company and interim CFO of a private equity fund. So you're basically also a finance guy, just like me. And now you're enjoying life and creating impact in Bali. And please correct me if I said something wrong.
You said it perfectly. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and the secret of him being young is that he's in Bali.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Spend some time in Switzerland, you will look old like us.
Right. So before we jump into the interview, let's watch a short video about Sama Sama and what you guys are doing. Okay, let's fly.
Yeah, exactly. So let me start. So Sama Sama Seaplanes is a very intriguing name for your company. Can you tell us about the origin of the name and what it symbolizes for your brand and mission?
Sure. So Sama Sama actually has got two words two meanings in Bahasa Indonesia. And the first meaning is actually the second word that everyone learns that they come to Indonesia on holidays. And that's, if someone says terima kasih, which means thank you, you say sama sama, which means kind of like it's a pleasure, but it's more like the same. The thank you is mine, kind of. But the deeper meaning behind sama sama is actually together. So if you say let's go together, it's the same as let's go sama sama. So it implies the inclusivity of everyone, which I really love.
Amazing, Andre. So can you share maybe personal experience that deeply influenced your commitment to sustainability and social impact, so we better understand the impact mission of Sama Sama? How do you connect it with flying?
Right. Yeah. So go ahead, Andre. Yeah, go ahead.
For me, it was really just traveling to all of these remote islands. And I'm an ocean lover. I love ocean sports. I love being in the ocean. And even these incredibly remote islands still find a lot of plastic and a lot of pollution on the islands. And that for me really broke my heart, knowing that even on the furthest corners of this planet, there's still pollution out there, even though they themselves are not contributing at all.
Right. And Alex, what about you?
Yeah, thank you. So tourism is really the lifeblood of Bali. It represents 80% of the GDP of the island. It's also very important to Indonesia as a country. As Andre said, the waste management issues here on the island are something that really a lot of us are working hard to fix. And when I came across Andre and Sama Sama Seaplanes, it really presented an economic development opportunity for Indonesia and the surrounding archipelago. And digging a little deeper into economic development, I actually got involved in a MIT Media Lab project in the city science domain. And they were using cell phone data that was able to prove by following people's movements with their permission, of course, that these mobility solutions like seaplanes, like car travel, other modes of mobility, if you introduce these mobility solutions to a region, you can actually improve the regional and micro GDP. So by making it easier for the upper middle class and the upper class tourists to get to these beautiful remote areas of the country, we're actually making great headway to improving economic prosperity and quality of life for the lower income people in the region, because we're making it easier for those dollars to travel to these areas. So this is really something that has deeply influenced our commitment and deeply influenced the strategy of the company as well.
And what motivated you to launch Sama Sama Seaplanes in Indonesia? And what unique opportunities did you see in there?
Well, first of all, Indonesia is a country with over 18,000 islands, right? And it's the world's largest island nation. So it kind of makes sense to have seaplanes flying around. But what really struck me was when I was stuck in Indonesia during COVID times. I could only travel locally within Indonesia, and I was going to very hard to reach places, and I realized that it's very difficult, time consuming to get there. And once you get there, it's just incredible. The offerings that are available, the people you meet in the communities and the villages. And Indonesia is a lot more to offer than just Bali, right? So this is what really inspired me.
Nice. So Indonesia's diverse world of unique opportunities and challenges for plane travel. Can you use the map to show us the key regions and routes where Sama Sama Seaplane actually operates?
So, as mentioned, Indonesia is a very large country. So if we start up in the northern side of Indonesia, is just bordering to Singapore. And what we're looking at up in the northern parts of Singapore is fantastic weekend getaways for travelers wishing to visit islands close by, making it easier for them to get there, and again connecting those the communities. Towards the West Sumatra side, we've got the Mentawai Islands, which are incredibly difficult to get to. At the moment, you can only take a slow ferry or a speedboat. And what we have here is we have mainly surf travel. So there's only really dedicated surfers going out to these islands. They're incredibly beautiful. They have indigenous tribes. Actually, the oldest tattooed tribes in the world are in Mentawai. It's just a fun fact. We see lots of opportunity for growth in that region, stimulating those economies. Of course, Bali is on our map. We'd like to connect Bali and Lombok, Sumbawa. There's big developments going on in those areas. And we'd like to take guests from Bali to other islands in those regions. Again, just broadening the horizons and making it easier to travel. And that kind of runs through to the Pinisi yachts and the Komodo area, to the further to the east, which are also incredible islands. And once again, the usual story, very difficult and time-consuming to get to. So what we'd like to do is just bridge them and create a little network there.
Andre, and can you give concrete examples? So now, for example, traveling time to this island is what? Half day, 1 day, 1.5 day? And how quick the seaplane will reach this destination?
Okay, so it varies from place to place, but a very good example would be the Mentawai Islands in West Sumatra. So if you'd like to fly there now, Ben and Seta, what you'd need to do is you'd have to jump on an aircraft from Zurich perhaps and fly through to Jakarta. You'd have to lay over in Jakarta and then fly across to Padang. Now, when you arrive in Padang, you have to spend a night there because the ferry only leaves the next morning. So really, you're spending a night in a place that you don't want to be. The next morning, you wake up 6 a.m. bright and early and get on the ferry, and then it's anywhere from 4 to 10 hours to get to a port where a resort boat will pick you up and drive you another hour and a half, and finally you'll be at your magnificent destination. With Sama Sama, you still need to fly to Jakarta, fly across to Padang. From there, we will meet and greet you, take you across into the seaplane, and then it's a 30-minute flight to your resort. So it cuts out.
Flight only. Wow. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, it cuts out the whole night at a hotel and the call it 8-hour boat journey.
And Sama Sama will have fixed routes, or the tourists can themselves say upfront that I want to go to this certain island or something, and Sama Sama will take him there.
So the regulation in Indonesia calls that all landing areas are actually registered. So we can't just fly to wherever on short notice. So what we typically do is register landing areas and then create fixed routes. However, if there is an area you'd like to fly to, we can apply for single landing permits and then go there for the day.
Okay. And how does Sama Sama Seaplanes differentiate itself from existing competitors, and what strategies do you employ to stay ahead? Assuming that there are other seaplanes there, or you will be the only one?
So there are seaplanes within Indonesia. However, they're only operating to specific areas. So the one operator at the moment only services one resort. And then there's another operator that's only for a mine in West Sumbawa. So it's not open to the public, and so it's not actually an airline where people can book seats. It's very internal. So our closest competitors are actually speedboats, and we stay ahead of speedboats by flying and going faster.
Wow, that's fair. Yeah. So, and now let's talk about the emergency services, because that's something also I find very important, that you are there where some emergency for tourists or for locals happen, so you can just simply fly in instead of them waiting for many hours. Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So that's actually a massive part of our impact that we deliver to the islands. And so the aircraft that we use are quick change aircraft, the Cessna Caravan. So we can move seats very easily. So we can change the configuration of the cabin and turn it into a flying ambulance pretty much within 10 minutes. And then what we do is we have partnerships with local hospitals and medical evacuation companies.
Mhm.
And what we do is we have a clinic at each of our water landing areas. So the big part about medical evacuation is that the patients needs to be just stabilized, get the patient ready for the evacuation, and then get them out. The real work is done at the hospitals. So what we do is we provide that service for tourists, of course, going out to these remote areas with medical evacuation insurance normally. And then we actually in talks with the government at the moment to provide free medical evacuations for the communities on the islands.
Yeah.
So that for me is very rewarding. Yeah.
Okay. And environmental sustainability is a core part of your mission. So how does Sama Sama Seaplanes ensure eco-friendly operations, and what initiatives are you undertaking to promote sustainable tourism?
I can take that one back. So we're doing a number of things to ensure that our impact on the environment is minimal. First and foremost, we're carbon offsetting with mangrove and coral planting for all carbon emissions generated by our operation. Further, we're not using single-use plastics at all. That includes in the waiting areas and on the flights themselves. But what we're most excited about is really the opportunity in something called sustainable aviation fuel. It's also called SAF for short.
Yeah.
And we can actually provide a lower carbon footprint on a grams per CO2 per kilometer traveled basis than an electric car. So think about this.
Wow.
You're actually
Mhm.
traveling so efficiently in a Sama Sama Seaplane powered by SAF that it's less intensive, less impact on the environment than a electric vehicle. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Wow, amazing. My question is, seaplane is rather small, so how many people can fit in? So how many planes do you plan to have to complete the demand? Because I guess once it's up and running, more and more people want to go by seaplane instead of boat.
I agree. And so just depending on who we're flying, we cater for different configurations. If we have surfers, we have a 6-seat. It becomes a 6-seater aircraft. However, if we just fly a scenic flight with no baggage, then we can take 12 passengers with us. So it varies between 6 to 12 passengers. On
Why
a
do you
regular,
need so much luggage on an island where you anyway only in bikini and
Surf. They need the surfing.
Okay, the surfer boats. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
well, typically we're looking at about 8-seater configuration for the luxury tourism with all your nice clothes and your shoes and everything.
Yeah. And so how many planes do you think you need in order to fulfill the demand in the long term?
So initially, we'd like to start with 5 aircraft over the first 2 years. Actually, it's over the first 15 months. In the long term, who knows? I mean, the demand could be such that we'll be running 30 to 40 aircraft, perhaps even what they're doing in the Maldives at the moment. There's a company with 45 seaplanes at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Or if it can fly on its own, then everyone can have their own plane in the long term. Okay, cool.
So, Sama Sama Seaplanes plan to engage with the benefit for the local communities you mentioned and contributing to regional development, particularly in remote areas. So, what kind of social benefits do you bring to the communities you plan to serve?
Alex, would you like to take this one, or should I go for it?
Yeah, no, for sure. So basically it's pretty much like we explained, Ben. The benefits to the community are increased economic activity in the region. Let me give you an example. We're talking to many large-scale real estate developers across the archipelago. And by virtue of us being in business, by virtue of our ability to bring these luxury tourists more easily to the region, the developers are getting excited because now they have a way to bring these travelers in a premium luxury way, and it is actually causing them to think, wow, maybe I should actually expand my development. It's also causing developers to think about putting resorts in new and unique places while respecting the environment, of course. So this improvement or increase in economic activity is so beneficial to the region because there are so many people who are looking for this kind of work. And that is the primary benefit to the local community.
Okay, and how do you ensure compliance with international aviation standards and maintaining high safety standards for your own operations? Like putting it to the ground now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, aviation inherently is a very safe industry. So what we need to do is we need to comply with the Indonesian aviation regulations, of course, and these are the in turn they need to comply with the ICAO regulations, which is the International Civil Aviation Authority. So that's the basic kind of framework around safety and regulations. However, I'm an operations guy, and I really believe that safety does come from the foot soldiers at the front line. So for me, pilots is a massive deal. Good training, having experienced pilots, sending pilots across overseas to get training from approved seaplane operators and the training facilities, and of course, in turn, training local Indonesian pilots as well to fly the seaplanes in a safe manner. Maintenance is also another massive issue when it comes to safety, and we're going to be employing our own qualified and experienced engineers. So at each base, we'll have our own maintenance facilities for just regular maintenance. And then we have partnerships with Textron, which is the aircraft manufacturer, approved maintenance facilities for the heavy maintenance. So yeah, I come from a very safe, intense background.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely very keen to bring that into Sama Sama and keep our standards high.
Amazing. Alex, maybe now you can bring a bit more clarity where Sama Sama stands. So is it already possible to fly with you guys, or is it in 6 months or in a year? So can you update us, where Sama Sama stands right now?
Yeah. So where Sama Sama stands right now is we are currently in the market actively raising a $21.5 million seed round for 70% equity in the operation. And we are using the funds, as Andre had indicated, to put 5 planes in the air over the next 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
So we've chosen to go with a broader expansion plan. We were talking to a lot of investors, and you can obviously launch a seaplane operation with just one plane, but then there are challenges with that single plane operation. What happens in the event of a maintenance issue or the plane needs to be taken out of service? You have limited redundancy and therefore limited opportunity to continue the operation in that event. Whereas if you have multiple planes, you can actually do load balancing across all of these various flight regions, and it makes for an actually less risky investment overall. So it's a somewhat larger capital request, but at the same time, we are not compromising the service standard that the luxury tourism market is used to.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And are you also leveraging technology and innovation to enhance your services and operational efficiency?
100%. Yeah. No, we're looking very, very carefully at AI and the many benefits it brings to customer service specifically. There's been a lot of advancement in AI analytics for flight safety as well. We're really leaving no stone unturned because AI is such a powerful tool, and it's become a bit of a cliche. But if you're not using AI in this business or any other business, yeah, you're going to be left behind. So we're looking at AI and the opportunities to introduce the technology aggressively in every part of the business.
That's very good. So, and what are some biggest challenges you anticipate in launching and scaling Sama Sama Seaplanes? How do you plan to address them?
Yeah, thank you. That's one of my favorite types of questions. So thank you for that. No, it's a double-edged sword, but some of the biggest challenges in scaling a seaplane operation in Indonesia have to do with regulatory and permitting type hurdles. And in fact, I was talking to a gentleman just a couple of weeks ago at an investor event that actually tried to launch a seaplane operation, and he was not successful because he was not able to address these regulatory and permitting hurdles in a timely fashion. And to our benefit, we have the top person in the country that is helping us with these kinds of obstacles and challenges. And I'm not going to name this person's name because I don't want anybody to steal him off of our team. That value.
It's fine. Let's keep it secret for the moment.
Yeah, no, but that being said, we have a very secret weapon that is able to clear paths and advance our cause, and in a fully legal and compliant way, get ourselves up and registered and flying as quickly as possible. So we're very thankful for this individual in person.
Amazing.
Person in particular.
You will.
Ian, I just wanted to ask.
Seems like he wants to ask you more than I do.
So what makes Sama Sama such an attractive investment opportunity?
Well, really, the attractiveness of the investment opportunity is really in the yield. I mean, it's a 21% IRR based on highly conservative estimates. I can't name the name, but we're talking to investors regularly. We're getting into very detailed discussions with one particular investor, and we're going through the estimates, and they're saying to themselves that we're actually leaving a lot of potential market off the table in our estimates, right? So we're estimating, and Andre's done, I've got to say this, Andre's done the best job of any entrepreneur I've had the pleasure of working with in actually going down to each resort owner, having the conversation with them, pre-selling the flight capacity to those resorts, understanding their needs, and so getting down to that level of business relationship and understanding of the market. I'm very optimistic about the proceeds and the forecast. And at the same time, I know that there is incredible opportunity on the upside. There are developments happening in this country on a regular basis, and I'm talking like 250 to 500 hectare, hundreds and hundreds of keys involved, and these developments are actually not yet in our forecast, and it's because they're coming up so quickly across Indonesia. Yeah. Indonesia's growing 5% year over year in terms of GDP growth. So really, it's making for such an exciting environment to launch a seaplane business. And then again, with some of these regulatory hurdles, it's providing us with a bit of a protective moat from other competitors coming in here and trying to steal the business or steal share. So I'm very optimistic about the future for Sama Sama. That's for sure.
I have a question to Andre. So Andre, you did this all discussions with founders of resorts during COVID. You were flying around, so they had nothing to do with no guests, and you had nothing to do, right?
That's right. Yeah, I was taking boats all over the place, traveling really slow to places, and it was just me, my two surfboards, and this little notebook that I had, and it was really incredible to meet everyone, and a big part of it, absolutely understanding their needs, because each area really requires a different business model. Mm-hmm. You really have to understand how resorts want to book their passengers and what works best for them. So we kind of apply a specific business model to each area.
Okay, and would you be leasing the planes or buying the planes?
So we're going for it. No.
So we're looking at a combination of scenarios, and it's all dependent on the region that we're serving.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your long-term vision for Sama Sama Seaplanes, and how do you see the company evolving over the next decade?
Well, Ben, it's a beautiful question. Thank you. So a couple of things. A decade is a long time, and obviously we want to minimize our impact on the environment as quickly as possible. So we are looking very carefully at the advancements being made in hydrogen fuel cell technology to enable electrified aircraft travel. We do believe that it is a ways off in the near term, but certainly within that decade or longer time period, there's definite opportunities there. But really just taking a step back and looking at the beauty and the wonder of Southeast Asia, looking at the number of beautiful islands, not only across Indonesia, but in the Philippines and other countries. And we see nothing but rapid growth. We see nothing but booming tourism. And so we see a very promising future for Sama Sama for years to come.
And Alex, maybe you can also elaborate a little bit on the impact side. So did you already define which sustainable development goals you will be contributing to, or what kind of potential impact in numbers you plan to make with Sama Sama?
Thank you. So that's a great question. From a sustainable development goals perspective, we're looking at 6 key SDGs that we're really zeroing in on. Affordable and clean energy is really SDG number 7, and that's something that we're going to be achieving with the transition to sustainable aviation fuel. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. And this is really about our economic development impact in the region. Job creation in a developing country is definitely aligned to this. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Again, this is on the basis of regional economic development and impact in a developing country, and also some of the innovation that we're going to be leveraging in the facilitation of the business, AI, and other things. SDG 12, sustainable consumption patterns. SDG 13, which is climate action. It's everything from in 3 to 4 years, carbon negative travel utilizing SAF, as well as the carbon offset in managing our carbon footprint. And then SDG 14, life below water. We're committed to actually restoring and planting coral reefs in the regions that we serve as well. So this is the summary of the 6 SDGs that we cover in our business.
Amazing.
Wow. And I was my comment. One comment I would say is that please connect with my university, my ex-university, the Technical University of Delft.
In Netherlands.
In Netherlands, they are extremely advanced with solar and hydrogen planes and cars. They have been winning awards the last 10 years everywhere. And I think they are also very innovative, and they may also be able to work together with you. Saying that, so for the audience who is listening and who is interested in supporting or engaging with Sama Sama Seaplanes, what steps can they get involved, and how can they contribute to your mission?
Beside giving money, of course.
So, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is to get fantastic people involved in this project, to get passionate people involved, passionate people who are in the seaplane industry. I'd love to connect with knowledgeable seaplane operators, pilots, of course, and just a community with a passion for people and for the ocean, really. If we could just connect, that'll be fantastic, and we can then see how we can fit everyone in. And there's nothing specifically that I can think of that we can work on right now. However, it's always nice to build the community and keep the conversation alive.
Amazing.
Would you mind if
Yeah.
I added something to that?
Sure,
Liz?
of course, Alex. Go ahead.
Amazing. Yeah. So the only thing I would add, and everything that Andre said is completely valid. The economic development, as I spoke to earlier, is so critical. And if anybody is in the real estate and resort business and has taken a look at the map that Andre stepped us through just recently on this program, if you are considering opening a resort in the region, now is the time to even consider it more strongly, because with Sama Sama Seaplane making it easier to bring these luxury tourists to your resort, it's only going to help you with your business, and it's only going to help your land appreciate as well.
Yeah, that's a very important point. Okay, we are flying to an end, guys. The time is flying. Let's hear the call to action message. And maybe, Andre, you want to go first. What do you want to say to our global audience?
Well, yeah, if anyone is interested in becoming an investment partner with Sama Sama Seaplanes, please reach out to us. You can find us on our website, www.flysama, that's fly, SAMASAMA.com. And you can reach me there. I'm very active and be happy to connect. Thanks very much.
Great. And Alex, you can also say something.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Sveta, and you, Ben. Thank you very much for having us on the show. We're looking very forward to meeting others in your community and exploring the opportunity that is Sama Sama.
Fantastic. Thank you guys. It was a real pleasure to fly with you today. And we really hope to visit one of those remote destinations with Sama Sama plane very, very soon.
Looking forward to welcoming you on board for sure.
Exactly. I also fly planes, but I have never flown a seaplane. So it will be
better not. Let's keep Andre as a pilot.
Well, we'll fly you to your yacht, Ben. How about that? Okay, we'll fly you to the yacht.
As far as I know, we don't have any, but maybe I don't know something.
We have some for rent here. We have some for rent. Don't worry.
Rent, okay. Sounds great. Okay, guys, lots of love to you and enjoy your nature.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. So, dear audience, all good things come to an end. With this, we end today's show, and we are looking forward to bringing another inspiring story for you next week.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Fly safe.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey today.
We hope this incredible story has ignited something in you. Don't miss out on what's coming next. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned.
Feeling inspired to support our guests or be featured on our next show? Get in touch with us at apply@iisolutions.ch.
Let's stay connected. Find us on TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, or any other social media platform you love.
We are super excited to share our upcoming episodes with you.
See you soon.